want to go back to some of the
What up, y'all?
because it's important.
Right.
I think
What up?
that
Special guest, I can't breathe.
the more
Meditate.
you know, it's like, who's next?
See, I talked to one time. We winning. You losing
I know
money.
you've been trying for. I know you've been your thing for years. I was talking about that.
Yeah,
We
they
had
don't want.
discussions for years. You know, like cumulus, we had this discussion.
But then I do think that in
That says a lot about him.
Eric,
What up, y'all?
Absolutely.
James,
Yes.
you on camera duty, but I'm gonna come over there because I'm on YouTube. I'm gonna come around because I've already pre-recorded. Just, yeah, so you where or maybe right here, so you can get a good angle. Are you on the show with her?
Yes,
I thought so. I thought I recognized you.
But then we gotta find a gatekeeper that goes, okay,
when I talk-
give it a shot. For
Wherever you
reasonable
need.
price.
Okay,
That's not-
okay, okay.
I think people think.
Because I do bring you guys up, so
Wherever you
I appreciate you coming.
And that takes work.
That's
You
what
gonna be coming this way?
That's part of the
Are
problem.
you gonna be able to stand
A lot
on
of syndication, you say, right here, whatever you want me to do, tell them to put the work in. Whatever she tell me to do.
Right here, probably here, because I'm gonna join her on that side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I had that making me slightly younger. I mean, I'm similar with organization years and stuff like that.
But I'll think about it because they've been trying to recruit me. So,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, ugh.
I used to be the state director before.
Did you?
Yeah.
They said we can help you, cuz. Just let us know. I'm like, ugh.
Yes,
So,
my mother, my sister, my daughter, all my godchildren are in my chapel.
are you serious?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys seem like you guys have a time. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I might think about it and consider it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I am here with Sheryl Underwood, the comedian. She is in the building. So we're gonna start the interview in a second. So just bear with me a second, please. Because I got questions. And she got the answers, and she's in the Magic City visiting us tonight. So yeah.
We got our own school. So that's the thing. It takes work, and that's been the problem.
Really?
From a lot of the, even like the year ones and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
like they're not really they don't want to put the work into this, I feel. And I think it's got to be a syndicator, and Eric's great, you know,
Yeah.
and because they don't have a lot going on, they've got young jocks that's been very successful for them. I mean, he's done a great job
Yeah.
with that show.
Yeah.
I think that Eric gets it.
Yeah.
Uzi gets it.
Right.
So I
right,
think
right.
you're working with people that get it.
Right. So then, because I really want to train and be ready.
Yeah.
And then put together the right vehicle so that people go, oh yeah, I need that right now. And I'm really to interview a politician to go explain to me without going too, because I think what DL's doing is great.
Excuse me, I'm
But
sorry.
how do you get people to talk to you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, people, we found out that people, their attention span is.
That's right. So it's gotta be, even though it's time spent listening, it's gotta be short time spent listening. Get it out, play a couple songs, throw the commercials in there. So if there's a way to do it, I think it'd be fun. But that's what I'm hearing is everybody's wondering what is next.
Yeah.
How long do you think Steve's gonna continue to do it?
Forever. Oh, I'm sorry.
You think Steve? I don't know.
If he's getting that bag, he ain't going nowhere.
Just, and you hear passing it off, passing things off. I think,
Yeah.
like everything else, I think it'll come a time. It won't be forever.
Right.
You know. But once again, there's nothing in the pipeline right now.
Right. Yeah.
So they don't have anything.
Right. iHeart doesn't.
I heard doesn't. I don't think Reach has anything.
Really?
I mean, like who's behind Ricky? I mean,
Yeah, and I just saw Ricky in LA from Foolish.
Mhm.
It's a Hulu show.
Yeah.
But you got to do all of that, in my opinion. Now it can't just be you just do radio.
Right.
You got to do everything.
Yeah.
And keep your face out there.
he does a good job with that. So.
Yeah, yeah. And for me, I think like people say, why don't you do a podcast? I don't believe you can really do a good podcast without terrestrial radio.
But you're in man.
I do. I agree with that. Well, let's make sure we got contact stuff. Okay, you ready, sweetheart?
Yes, let's do it. No, you're fine.
But no,
So good seeing you.
let's get
Okay.
some contact stuff and
I will.
everything.
Okay.
Come on, baby. Okay.
This is YouTube.
Yes.
Hi, YouTube.
Okay.
There's nobody on here, but yeah, they'll join.
So this is live. Let me put some
Yes,
lip
that's
gloss
live.
on. Kyle Irby. Wait a minute. Do you want to do it where it's facing the direction of the backdrop? You want to move the backdrop?
No,
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay now.
And when I get famous, they gonna want to cut.
Ah,
I know the rules.
what?
They gonna want to cut. Just give me some levels on that mic you're on.
On
right
this
there.
one?
Yes, ma'am.
So we're gonna do all of them at one time?
We're gonna do all everything
Okay.
at one time. Just like you, I'm a jack of all trades.
You better know it. And how long you want to do this?
I got 10 questions for you.
Got it. Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yes.
We
All
get
right, so
through
give
the
me some
10.
levels over there.
And Kyle is on the show.
Yes,
Kyle
he
Irvin's
told
on the
me.
show. Mike Washington is on the show. And Mike is on his way from the airport. Erna Fouché runs my foundation, and she's my sorority sister, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
All right, let's do this.
And Kappa brother, you know you need to come to Phoenix.
Daddy do this. Ain't no lie.
Not even for the opening program,
Daddy do
and then
this.
come back.
I know. I wish
Ain't
they
no
have
daddy
it
do. Stop making
outside of
excuses.
4th of July weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Every year. I can't just leave my wife and 3 kids like that.
Right. Well, you know what? I do think because it was always school teacher time
Yeah.
period or something.
Yeah, what about
And
everybody else?
right. That's right. That's right. I think it needs to be 4-day conference.
Right.
A 4-day conference because you only got so much vacation time you could
Correct.
use.
Correct.
I think they need to,
be so close.
you know.
Yeah. Now,
Get-
what's interesting, the next one is supposed to be in Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm just,
Who you think gonna be the next president?
oh,
Michelle Obama.
You
If I
that's a tough one. A good question. I don't know.
you
think-
ready? I need you from that
uh,
angle. That's probably gonna be a better angle over there.
Okay.
Are you ready to do this? Yeah.
Yes. Come on,
I'm
Dee
like you. I want to be syndicated one
Okay.
day.
Yes. Yes.
All right, let's do this.
Am I the right? Am I blocking myself? Okay. I'm good. Okay.
These telemarketers, because I owe a bunch of bill collectors. They're gonna keep calling me.
Ah!
So, just ignore them, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready to do this?
Yes, we ready.
All right, ZT Parker in your middays.
Okay.
So just call her Jack of all trades because she's an actress, comedian, a radio personality,
Uh-huh.
a philanthropist. I can't even say
Okay.
the word.
That's right.
Philanthropist.
That too.
Entrepreneur.
Philanthropist.
Yes,
Yeah,
entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
The
That's
owner
right.
and chief executive officer of Pack Rat Productions.
Right. We wanted Rat Pack, but that wasn't available because I love the Rat Pack, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., Peter Lawford, Joy Bishop. So I love all of that. I love that Las Vegas swag. And so I thought I
Ooh.
could become that. So I just switched the name around. And then we have Pack Rat Foundation for Education.
They don't
which
even
is
know
my
who
foundation.
you is yet. I didn't get all through my introduction.
Okay,
Hold on, let
don't
me
get
go,
your
hold on.
introduction in there, Dee.
You see her doing her thing on the CBS daytime show, The Talk, for 14
Yeah.
seasons.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, recognized as one of the most articulate, well-informed women of our time. and the
What?
President of the Finer Ladies of Zeta Phi Beta.
That's right. Sorority Incorporated.
I can't do it because I
That's
don't want to
all
get in
right.
trouble.
but we would like to talk to you. I'm sure the AKs, the Delta Sigma Gamma Rhos want to talk to you, but the Zetas want to talk to you because it's in your family.
Yes,
It's
I
in
have
your
2
family.
cousins. And you can catch her hitting the stage today or tomorrow
Yeah.
at the Stardom. Please
Yes.
welcome to the show, Sheryl Underwood.
Yes. So I got to do a shout out to the Alabama State Director of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Sora Crenshaw. Called his sister. I think there's some royal blue in her heart that you might want to talk to her about.
They're
Now look at the
trying.
Sigma Gamma Rose calling right now, talking about royal blue in her heart. That's right. And then we got a Kappa brother on
Yes.
duty there. So we shouting out all of the fraternities, especially our brothers of Phi
That's
Beta
so funny
Sigma.
because they have been trying to recruit me. My
Well-
cousin has really been trying to get me to be a finer lady.
Your cousin.
My cousins, plural, because both of them are finer ladies.
Well, I think that it's a great experience. You don't put it before God. There was a time where we learned about all 9 Greek letter organizations, so we can make a decision on where we want to put our heart, right? And I think if Zeta is in your heart, then you should do it. But study all of the organizations so you'll understand how we intersect. And I think you would make a really great
Aw, they've been trying to
sorority
get me.
sister. I think so. I think so.
Okay. Love the finer ladies.
And you could be in a Mikai You could be in our auxiliary while you're making a decision. And we were one of the first organizations to have auxiliaries. Okay, so what are your questions?
Okay, because we're here to talk about the Mix and Mingle tour.
Yes,
Okay, at the Store Dome. Okay.
Yes.
Today and tomorrow.
Yes.
What you got up your sleeve this weekend for us?
I'm the host and the headliner. If you watch me on daytime TV, this ain't that. This is Sheryl Underwood from Def Comedy Jam. From BET Comic View. Matter of fact, also, if you're coming to Los Angeles for BET Awards and the BET Experience, on Friday and Saturday night next week, it will be me, Ricky Smiley, and Chris Spencer doing a reunion show of all of us that did Comic View.
Oh, nice.
And so we want people to really support us at the Miracle Theater in Inglewood. So if you plan on being in California for the BET Awards, Friday and Saturday, we're doing a show together. And thank you, Ricky Smiley, for joining us. It's me and Chris Spencer. And I got a chance to see Ricky at the Improv, the Hollywood Improv, when he was promoting his show, his Foolish stand-up show with Hulu. And it's very good and very funny.
And it comes out today.
Yes. So check it out. Make sure you order it over and over and over and over and over again, and have watch parties and support what he's doing. He produced it himself.
And he's from the home team. So
that's right. From the home team.
So,
okay. So what's your next question? You mean what is the show going to be?
Yeah, what do you got up your sleeve?
Well, I'm the host and the headliner, and then Kyle Irby comes out first. Kyle Irby, would you like to get on the mic and tell the ladies about yourself? Get on the microphone.
Mic and say something.
Say something.
What's up, ladies? How y'all doing? Come on down if you want your life ruined.
Ruined.
I mean,
life ruined.
I mean, he might.
Is that the way you describe it?
I mean, he just might. Because did you hear him just get very white on us? Come on down if you want your life ruined.
Okay. We'll take that back for 2 days. Hey, Kyle, you went to Southern University?
Southern University in the house.
Wait, did you pledge too?
Nah, I played football frat.
Yeah. Wait a minute. And look at all the ladies who are like,
No, you got to get up in here so they can see you.
So they can see you. Yeah, because we are on YouTube. Now, let me ask you a question while you're doing YouTube. How did you decide to start this, and is it difficult to do?
No, actually, it's not. I just was like, okay, well, I do live on Instagram every day.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, let me take my talents a little bit further.
So I really should be doing more live on Instagram. And then do YouTube.
Yes.
Now, what I need is somebody like you to teach me what is the difference between Snapchat and TikTok, and what are the differences? You do all of that too?
I do Snapchat
as a young person?
Wait, I do the Snapchat for the filters.
Yes. Okay, wait a minute. Is it me? They changed the cutest one, the little kitty cat.
Oh, yeah.
How can you find that filter?
Oh, it's probably gone. Because there was one filter on there that I absolutely loved, and then they discontinued it.
But I heard you can search the internet, which is Black Twitter is undefeated.
Yeah.
I heard you can search it and find the old filter.
Really?
That's what I heard you can do.
So you just taught me something.
Yes, but I think we can learn from each other.
Girl, anytime you want me to help you, girl, I'm available.
Yes, I do.
I
do.
And I got a young boyfriend who helped me too.
Listen, hold on. Now you have hit the third thing.
No.
But you called me. You heard me on Club Shay Shay.
I sure did.
I said I go from 35 to 95.
Oh, that's your age bracket.
Yeah. So you got a youngin in your life.
Well, I ain't gonna tell you his age because I ain't trying to get
You ain't trying to get arrested.
Or I.
But what is it? What is it about the successful, more seasoned Black woman that's making these young dudes holler?
It's not. He hollered at me.
What's making him holler at
He slid in my DMs.
Really?
Yes. So he was on IG and he used to do these IG skits. He was trying to be a little IG comedian, right? So I liked one of his things, and then he started liking my pictures, and then I started liking his pictures.
Yeah.
And then he slid in my DMs, and he was like, "Are we gonna keep this up?" And I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about. What we keeping up?" And then the rest is history.
I like it. Kyle Irby, why you smiling? Why you
smiling? Tell us why you smiling.
Why you smiling?
Hey, I recognize game recognized game, and I like what he did. So I was like, okay, I like that. I like that technique.
Oh, well, hello, young boys. Hello, young boys.
So that's gay. Hey,
yes.
hey. So I think he helps me a lot.
Are
with
we
this
going
too.
to Deaf Do Us Part though? Because I need to get on the Deaf Do Us Part.
Sheryl, why you trying to ruin a good thing? They having a good time.
Actually, we've been together for 2 years, going on 3 in December.
Really?
Don't ruin
it.
Don't ruin it with marriage.
Y'all always ruin the relationship with a bunch of stuff y'all trying to throw on it. Just let it be fun.
We ain't trying to throw nothing on it. I just am scared that Jesus will be back this weekend. To do once I do my last show at the Stardome, that's when Jesus be like, "Hello, I'm back," and I done messed up. I done messed up my walk with Christ because I'm over at the Stardome cussing and drinking, which it is an adult show.
Okay, so
But I will tell you this. My work in nightclub comedy with Kyle Irby and Mike Washington, and we're still giving away money at the end of the show for the fellas. You know, yeah, we invite guys to get on stage and try to win some of my money.
what they gotta do?
All they gotta do is walk across the stage, get the crowd on their side. Matter of fact, if you want to come to the show and do something with us,
I was gonna say, I think you gonna make them twerk. I was gonna say,
yeah. It's a lot of fun.
okay.
But the one thing that I want people to know is we take this same show, and we were talking about Zeta Phi Beta.
Yes.
We will take this same show, and I'll clean up my part of it because I'm the most adult, profane, and sexual part of the show. Clean it up and allow organizations, Greek letter organizations, civil rights organizations, even churches to use this as a fundraiser or entertainment or a corporate show.
Oh my
So we will
God.
take the same show, but nightclub work is where I make the money to fund and pay for everything. And we have a gospel play part 1 and part 2 that we're licensing to churches.
Okay.
So that churches can do what Tyler Perry did. We already have the scripts, and Kyle Irby is a great writer.
Okay.
A great writer. So Kyle,
Keep telling them.
how many scripts did you write for me, Kyle?
I helped you with about 7 of them.
7 of them. And we're licensing them. And we're
love
putting
it.
them out there. And I'm working on an animated vehicle.
Animation is good.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
an animated vehicle, comedians, but it's very adult. I like to dwell in the adult space,
Okay.
and especially with streaming and things like that. But I like things to stay in their proper place.
Absolutely.
You won't hear my nightclub show in the mainstream.
Okay.
I want you to come into the nightclub to hear that show. But if you are saved and your walk is not strong enough for you to hear that kind of language and smell the liquor and hear the ice hit the glass, I got something else for you.
Jesus
Yeah.
drank wine. What are we talking about?
Absolutely. but some people don't know the scripture say, "Be ye not drunk."
Oh, okay then.
With and you in Hoover. And you in Hoover. Hoover. You Hoover. You better make sure you make it down that hill in Hoover.
Baby,
Yes,
you ain't lying about that.
Okay, what else you want to ask?
So
You're gonna be like the Oprah
well, no.
of YouTube. You ask the questions.
No,
like
no.
Oprah Winfrey. You be bigger than Oprah.
I'm trying to be like you and Miss Sherry. My
Yes.
girl, your girl.
Can I tell you something? But if it wasn't for us seeing what Oprah could do,
You right.
and seeing what Tamron Hall is doing,
Yes.
and Lonnie Love did, and
Jennifer
Rolanda
Hudson.
Watts, all of the sisters that was doing it showed us that we could do it, and you could do it too.
Thank you.
That's
so
right.
much.
That's right.
Now,
And Jennifer Hudson.
And Jennifer Hudson. Now I was gonna ask, come on,
Kyle.
because you got this trio together. And
Yes.
we got one person that's missing. He's on
Yeah,
his way
Mike
from
is
the-
on his way from the airport.
But how did this trio come together?
Kyle, you say it.
Go
I
ahead.
met Sheryl at the Improv years ago. We were on the radio show, the Fox Soul.
Mhm.
Mike was there before.
Yeah.
I came in for Mike. I was his standby.
Yeah.
I was Sheryl. I was Mike's. Mike was a husband. I was side dude.
Ah,
filled in.
Wait a minute, Mike was a
The work husband.
The
Wait.
work-
The work husband.
Why are he telling on you?
So
girl?
so we were in I had known Mike from doing DC, Maryland, and Virginia area clubs because they were always crews.
Okay.
Right. So if you look at Dave Chappelle and
Yes.
Tony Woods and what's the baby name?
From where?
We just saw him. I just saw him at Ricky thing. Tommy Davidson,
Yes.
Wanda Sykes, Chris Rock, all of them. They were like an East Coast crew.
Okay.
Right. So then you had all of us in Chicago, the Bernie Macs, Adele Givens, all of us in Chicago. So I was living in Chicago. Then you had the West Coast crews. So everybody was all working together. So I knew Mike Washington, but I worked with him, I think in Savannah or Augusta, Georgia, at a club. And this white comedian got up and was doing all of us, doing everybody. And I had been drinking, and the liquor was like, this sound like, the liquor was like, this sound like us. What you gonna do?
Sound
Right.
familiar.
That's right. So Mike gets up and does some really great, well-written we used to call him the Bill Cosby of the show until Bill Cosby got in trouble. But Mike was doing some very well-written material, and the audience wasn't really feeling it. So I got up and I talked about my disappointment that you will let somebody get up and do an impersonation of us. And then this brother that's writing material and trying to perform, you didn't. So that night I said, would you go on the road with me? And he was like, I don't know if I can, because you do a different type of. I said, but I want the world to know there's different types of Black comedy. And there's enough money out there for all of us. So me and Mike got together. And then when I met Kyle and we were doing the show with the Foxhole with Jamie Foxx, Kyle fit in because you're a male rights activist. When you say,
I keep it real for the fellas.
You keep it real for the fellas. And he says things that I think women need to hear.
Like what?
Go ahead.
Like I just said, like, don't let her ruin your relationship. Because just let him handle it, and y'all will stay together longer.
Well, listen, I want a man to be a man. I'm not trying to change any man that I'm with, but I think a man needs to know, I don't really want to do this out of wedlock all the time.
Right.
My fear is this be my last day, and Jesus be like, I was working with you, but
right,
you ain't getting in here. You ain't getting in here. I tried. Okay. I saw you that night. You about to get caught slipping, and I tried to talk to you. I sent some angels. Right. I sent some angels to tell you don't get in the car, but you did it anyway. Right. So as a woman in this business, do you believe in monogamy as a way of life?
With one person?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. I do too.
Absolutely.
And why are you shaking your head?
Go ahead.
See?
Go ahead. No. Come back.
I believe I'm Cookie to some man's Lucius. I believe.
Hello.
That's right. I believe Billy D. Williams and Donna Ross.
Well, maybe not in this business as a man. In his perspective, maybe not, because it's just too easy for y'all. So I understand.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? That's a good statement.
Some of these women make it too easy for these men.
Oh, for the man to succumb to. Well, see, I think when a man has satisfied himself in choices, I used to have a line that I used to say, I don't see how a man get in another relationship because he don't want to talk to the woman he would now, let alone two. So how
you don't mean to.
You don't mean
y'all try to get us in a relationship with your rules. Oh, you done hit it this many times. We together now.
Well, first,
after so many times, what we doing?
You know what? I try to resist this question. What are we?
I hate that question.
Yeah, why? Why do you hate?
Because we are ruined now. That's what we are. We are ruined now.
But I think you should establish your boundaries from the
absolutely
jump, because I think that's what's wrong with women. We don't establish boundaries,
yes,
and that's what gets us caught out there. And then that's when these men be like, "Oh well, no, that's not what we talked about."
And we say we cool with stuff that we ain't never cool with. I was never cool with this.
No,
you got me and Didi. Unless we co-workers.
No Diddy.
That's right.
No
diggity, no doubt. No doubt. That's right. And then because to me, if you and I sit down, let's say we was both dealing with Kyle,
right,
and we didn't know about each other,
right.
But once we find out of it, remember, woman to woman, we should be able to call and talk to each other.
Do you think that's a good idea, though? Going woman to woman? I don't encourage.
Okay, tell me.
Yeah, I don't.
Tell me. This is the best show ever.
I discourage women to women because I've done it.
Yeah,
I will put listen, I have no problem putting my business out there. I do it every day.
So you've called a woman.
I have called the woman, and then she turned around and got mad at Didi and said, "Oh, you knew about me, so you must be the side chick." I'm like, well, how does that work? And then the girl started stalking my pages and social medias. It got ugly. So I don't recommend going woman to woman because women don't want to hear it. So women don't like.
They do. They will blame.
You heard her.
They'll blame everybody but themselves.
The man.
Right.
The man.
That's right.
You need to be fighting the man. Don't fight the woman.
Well, to me, I do believe that if you and I were in a relationship with Kyle and we didn't know it, and we were like, okay, so what you trying to do? What do you want to do, Didi? Do you love him? If you love him, but I'm a different type of woman. I will back down. I'll back down. If you love him, right? And I'm just kicking it.
Yeah.
I'm just Netflix and chilling, as the young people say. Then I'm a tap out. You go ahead because you're a better woman for him. But I do believe that sometimes you gotta see who is the best woman for the man.
No, girl, these women don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that,
girl. They start making it a competition. Like, oh no, I'm gonna be the winner. I'm gonna be the one that I'm telling you now. The girl that my ex cheated on
What?
me with is still with the girl. She's
And
still
we could
with
just
the
work
girl.
But
together.
sometimes that ends up happening where he picks a like.
No,
have
he
you
didn't
ever-
pick. I stepped off.
That's
Yeah,
me.
I
I'll
stepped
step
off.
off
Because I'm
Sometimes
like,
I
baby,
step
it's too many
off.
fish in the
Yeah.
sea. Yeah.
Yes, because it's something about this that it ain't gonna go good for you.
And you
And
ain't
I'm warning you, girl.
And you ain't
know-
about to mess up my pH
That's
balance
right. That's
playing.
it. That's it. Now I'm
You
at
ain't
the
about to
doctor
mess up
every
my
day.
pH
Now I'm at the
balance.
doctor
Yeah.
every day.
Come
Now
on.
my copay is all messed up. Listen to me.
Running up
'Cause
my damn insurance.
sniffles and everything. I'm over at the pharmacy and they like, you back again? You back again? You need to let him go. You need to let him go. But I think that there are some men that like a lot of women.
I do.
And they like.
Yeah.
And then, but I don't mind that. If you tell me that,
Up front.
if you tell me that in the beginning and I go, cool, I don't want to be in a singing group. Okay, so you go and do what you gonna do. Or that's right. If I kick it once, then I'll be like, okay, I'm good. But if you claim to be monogamous and you say you want a relationship, you say, like, I don't mind a man with kids. I don't mind that because I don't have any children and I don't mind being step auntie. I don't mind being step auntie. I just need your children to understand I'm a grown woman.
Okay.
So watch what you say. And I'm from the country. So you talk back to me. And I might bring this up at the show at the start. You talking back to me. I'll punch a baby in the stomach all day.
You said F them kids.
Yeah. Bump them. You better, who you talking to?
Right,
You better
I'm
get some
with you.
respect.
Yeah.
You better get some yes ma'am in your voice. But these young guys, I think young guys, would you say young men are different from an older man? A young man is seem to be a lot more flexible.
Yeah, see, I've dated them all. I've dated them young.
Yes.
I've had a sugar daddy.
Yes. See, I'm not good with the sugar daddiness.
Oh,
Because when they feel like they put some money down.
I have a question.
Yeah. What?
Do you prefer having a sugar daddy or having a younger man?
But are you the sugar mama or the younger man?
No, because my young man, he gets out.
He's paying.
Oh, baby.
So he's paying.
He handles
He's
his.
contributing.
Oh, yeah.
He contributed to the household.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, see, I'm not against investing in my future, but I like an older man because an older man really want to contribute to the household. But sometimes a sugar daddy wants certain type of control, and you're not paying enough, and you're not really telling me what this really is. Like I believe people like, I don't believe in shacking. Can I say that?
You can
I don't believe
absolutely.
in shacking. I don't believe in living with a man.
My boyfriend, I had to move out here because of work. So, but before I moved out here, we were living together.
See, I can't. That for me, I've seen that too much in my life.
Don't do it.
That's right. I want you to have your own place to live.
You can't say that and just step away from the.
Well, that's the quickest way to turn into siblings.
What? Hot siblings?
I ain't never heard that before. Hey.
Kissing
You
cousins?
start to look
Right.
I'm telling you, when
Oh.
you live together, that's how you turn into siblings.
Oh,
You
see,
kill your chemistry, you turn into siblings.
See, I believe if we can exchange keys, we need to exchange vows. So if we're gonna do that, because you need to be a man.
Yeah.
And you are the man of this relationship.
Right.
I may be a strong woman. I may be very focused in my business, but in the relationship, I want to play my position. It's Adam and Eve. I want to play my position. And I want a man who understands. I might be strong in my business life, but I'm a woman to you. I want to be able to pick up dry cleaning. I want to be able to make cornbread from scratch. I want you to go out. Like, I don't want no dude all up under me. I want a dude that I can say, hey man, don't you want to go to the barbershop and hang out with your friends? Don't you got
some pictures about yourself?
Yeah, go with your frat brothers. Your frat brothers. Go on a road trip or something. Go play PlayStation with somebody and get out from under me. And I'll wait on you when you come back. I'll be ready when you come back. That's what I'm really looking for.
See, I'm like you.
Yeah.
I follow the Bible. I grew up in the church.
Yes,
so I believe in the men being
being
the
a man. That's right. That's right. I want you to be the head of the house. But that means that I'm your consigliere. I'm your consultant. I'm the person that you talk to. What you think about this? I think we watch. What is the decision? What are we agreeing upon? I don't want you to control me, but I do want you to influence. I say control nothing, influence everything. And I want to be able to be with a man that understands my. Okay, Kyle got it.
Go ahead.
What?
Do you wish to control him?
No.
I don't believe you.
No. I don't want a man I can control. I want a man I can influence.
Right. Yeah, it's
I want a
difference.
man I can influence. Okay. And I want a man that I can say, baby, you look good in these colors. Why don't you
Yes.
wear this? Or you smell good with this cologne. And then when other bras want to be with my man, I be in the cut. Like, yeah, I know,
That's
girl.
mine.
Yeah,
You
I
want 'em,
made
though.
that.
That's
I know you
mine.
want them.
Yeah.
Don't make me ball my fist up at church. Turn around,
Baby.
focus to the front, and get out my man's face
Okay.
like that.
Because it'll be some moving
That's right.
furniture.
When is your birthday?
I'm a Pisces, February 23rd.
Okay, Mike Washington is a Pisces on our show. Kyle, you are a
July 21, Cancer.
Cancer.
Okay.
Erna Fouché is a Cancer. I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
So
yes,
I can be.
Oh.
Everybody say I'm mean and vindictive.
that
and
ain't what I was gonna say about the Scorpios.
Say what we are.
Yeah,
What?
I dated a Scorpio.
Okay,
Oh,
we're
baby.
very passionate.
Freak-a-leak.
Yes, well, because and this is why I don't get in relationships that I get in over my head, because I want to make love to someone I'm in love with.
Oh,
I don't want to.
Just-
Sex can be had.
Yeah.
And in the career field I'm in, I will walk up to somebody. When you saw me on Club Shay Shay,
Yeah.
and you saw the chemistry between me and Shannon, and that we
But y'all
talked
used
and
to date
dealt.
though.
Yes, and he wouldn't have got caught slipping.
I was about
But
to ask you about that too.
Ask
girl.
me what you want to know.
I was about to ask you because you did date Shannon back in the day.
Yes.
These allegations. I mean, what are your feelings about them?
I feel like, first of all, why is everybody down in Shannon? If
I
you
love him.
ask
That's
the average sister, if Shannon Sharp walked into a club, would you talk to him? Most of the women in my audience is saying no, but you don't understand the beauty of this man, the beauty of his features and his skin color and his thoughts and his passion and how he was raised. But if you're not trying to holler at him, where is he going to go? He's going to go to something young and outside of the culture, because that's what's kicking in his face. Now, I wish he should have listened to me, should have listened to Monique and saying, watch out, because you're being set up. But I need people to ask, where's Skip Bayless in any of this? Okay, I'm just saying,
wait,
for entertainment purposes.
Well,
You notice right when they would get ready to announce $100 million deal, next thing you know, the okie doke show up.
Yep.
And this is a young girl, and I'm not saying blame the victim.
Right.
I'm just
Absolutely
saying
not.
it looks like something that all this stuff you talking about, and I don't want to be, and all that, it's a setup.
Yeah.
Every man need a woman in his life, whether she's friend or relative, that says you being set up. Watch out.
He needed you back in his life.
Yeah, because I would have been like, don't. First of all, stop talking.
Okay, let me
and
ask
stop
you
letting these
another
people
question.
record you and you recording
I was
them.
about to say that when you on the Instagram thing make moaning.
No, well, first of all,
that when you on the Instagram
First
thing
of all-
moaning, talk about he went live accidental.
what
Shit,
James
you and
Brown
I.
say? What James Brown say? Don't moan so much. Don't moan so much. I'm not gonna moan, but I will holler. I will holler. My Lord, boy, listen. Let me put my wig back on. Where are my shoes? Where are my car keys? You are doing it to death. But I hate that this happened. But
Yeah.
I noticed something. He's still out there doing his show
Good
with
for
Ocho
him.
Cinco.
Good for him.
He's still doing everything that he's doing. When he comes back in football season, we will see what's going on. And if you notice, there's no more discussion of him. All the discussion is who? Puffy.
Yep.
Now, what you think?
Now, I was about to ask you how
What?
you feel about that.
I think that you can't let power and money bring out the worst of you.
Yeah.
Because you cannot do what they do. Only they can be
Girl.
elected to the presidency of the United States,
Not out
pretty
here
much
saying
doing the
that.
same thing, right?
Saying that they grab women by the
Right, that's right. And then you become the president of the United States. But that's white supremacy and Christian nationalism. But here's what Puffy is going through. If all the testimony is true, if all the allegations are true, where was somebody in Puffy life to go, man, you going too far? It's same thing with R. Kelly. If you witness all this stuff, where is somebody in your life to go? You doing the most. You're going to lose it all. God blessed you with a talent and you're about to ruin it. And we're praying for all of these people. But if you taking people across state lines and people being drugged, and I have been, now those back in my running days. You know, back in the running days
Have
of
you
being,
been to a Diddy party?
yes, and I didn't know what it was until it got to a point where like, oh, look at the time, I gotta go home, I'm going to bed. But I was old school back in the day.
But you didn't see none of that stuff that they talking about.
Well, for me, I'm always the girl that I talk a lot of stuff, and when you come to the Stardome, you're gonna hear how I talk. So I would get invited to stuff, but I was also the good girl.
Okay.
Even when I was trying to do, sexual interpretive dance to get through college. You hear I just said that sexual interpretive dance. Back then it was lingerie
what
model.
is that?
Sexual interpretive dance. That's what I call it. Right. but I wasn't good at it, but I was funny. So I would make people laugh. But what was the most fun about the whole situation was to be able to say somebody, it was always a street dude that would tell me, go home.
Yeah.
This ain't for you. And that's why I still love street dudes to this day, because they saved me from a lot of stuff that I didn't need to get involved in.
Well, praise the Lord.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you back doing stand-up.
Yes.
When are we?
Well, I never left stand-up. When I started working for CBS, working for the Talk on CBS, which is a blessing to get a job from where I come from in comedy. I just didn't have the time because I was working Monday through Thursday, and I was developing other things and trying to work on my own radio show, which I'm still doing now, writing and producing and doing things. And then when I could go out and do comedy, it was fun that I could still touch the microphone, and I still love it to this day. And I would hope that people would enjoy it. And I'm producing things that I want stand-up comics to get their blessings, especially the female stand-up comics.
I was gonna ask you, with all these new comedians, including him, that are on the rise, like who are some of the new comedians you are checking for?
Well, I love all of them. Just Niche, I love her. Just Hilarious. What she going through with David Williams. I think that was a great social media experiment. I know she know him. But I think that social media, people need to understand how powerful social media is. Like I said, Black Twitter undefeated. So you have to be a little bit more savvy in it, but it works. But you still, nothing beats standing on the stage and holding that microphone and polishing those jokes. You can write jokes all day long, but performance is the polishing of the joke that you can tell over and over and over again. Take that same adult joke and put it on mainstream TV. So I like all of them. There's a comic out of the East Coast, I think Philly area. Don't Call Me a White Girl. I think that's
yes.
So I've worked with all of them, and I love to see when there's another comic. If you say, well, there's a new Melanie Camacho, there's a new Hope Flood, there's a new Simply Marvelous, there's a new Laura Hayes, there's a new Sheryl Underwood, there's a new Adele, there's a new some more, but we're still out here working as well. And I have scripts that I want to do that puts us all to work. We need to get our own talk shows like you're doing, our own radio shows. We need to be doing our own movies and our own TV shows, and we need to be producing just like the guys are producing. But if the guys have doors that they're opening and financing that they can do, then invest in us. And I got to give a big shout out to Tiffany Haddish, who's out there producing as a stand-up comic. She's out there producing. And I love what Monique is doing as an actor. It's Precious.
Oh, baby.
Made you want to fight her, didn't it?
It did.
But she swept the award season in what she's doing. What it's showing is that a stand-up comic can be a great actor. I just wish that somebody would help us open the door. And I'm glad that Byron Allen is bringing back Comics Unleashed. It's going to be on CBS. I think it's right after Colbert. After Colbert.
Okay.
And that's going to give us another platform.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Netflix came to you today to do a special, what would that special look like?
I would, if Netflix came to me, I would want an overall Netflix deal.
Okay.
I would want Netflix to say, okay, to get you, Sheryl, do the special for us. And I would do the Mix and Mingle tour as a special. And then I would want to be in a deal with them where they would take my animated vehicle so that it would stay adult.
Okay.
Right. I would want an overall deal, and I would want them to do or have a hand in everything I'm producing. You can't just get a special because that's a one-off.
Okay.
A lot of people have had specials and multiple specials,
right.
But did it really launch a career or change the trajectory of your career? So I would love to work with Netflix. I don't know if I am contributory to their analytics, because that's what they look at. They look at the analytics. They look at, are you trending? And I'm an old school comic.
Okay.
My audience listens to terrestrial radio.
Yeah.
My audience is listening to Kiss.
Right.
That's how they know I'm there. And my audience don't believe Jesus is coming back until you say it on Kiss. Where will the Lord be? And they listening to the station. So I don't know if I fit Netflix from, I would say, topic wise and adultness, but I'm also a person that don't want to be oversaturated. You don't see me everywhere.
Got you.
You don't hear me everywhere.
Right.
But if Netflix called me to this day and said, what can we do to be in the Sheryl Underwood business? I would say, okay, I would want to do these 2-3 things. And they would say, well, we need a special, but I would want something that could be done as a season.
Okay.
I would want live performance as a season, a platform. I would want to host a comedy vehicle that would allow old school comics and these new comics
Right.
to be showcased.
Absolutely.
That's what I would want to do. Netflix, are you listening to it? And the biggest thing I want to do radio like you.
Come on.
I want to do radio
I know
like
you said you want to do a syndicated show. You know,
Absolutely.
You can. I'm available.
Yeah, because I like what everybody's doing.
I'm
Steve
available,
Harvey,
yes.
Ricky Smiley, D.L. Hughley. I like what Charlemagne. I like what they're doing. But where are we doing it? The only female I know,
I
Dee
said
McGuire
that.
on one side,
Yep.
and Cafe Mocha with Lonnie and them
Yep.
on the other side.
MC Light. Yep. Big
That's
shout out to
right.
MC
That's
Light,
right.
yeah.
The MC Light.
Mhm.
But I think we can do it. If we're 52, 53% of the population, why are we not 52,
They say
53% of
that
the jobs?
These men say that the women don't want to hear us, which I say is a lie.
Really? They don't want to hear.
Women, other women, they rather hear a man. But
So
I'm
as
like,
a sidekick,
yeah,
they
And
rather
I'm
hear us as
like,
sidekick.
well,
Well, I kind of agree because I'm in stand-up comedy.
okay.
And I noticed that that's why there are men on my show, but I'm a male-directed female comic, right?
Uh-huh.
I think that's the difference. But I think sometimes we as women, they just like daytime. Do you think men and women on a daytime talk show or women on a daytime talk show?
I'd rather see. I loved when Wendy Williams was on. That
Yes.
was my girl. I
Yes.
loved Wendy.
Yes.
So
And we praying for Wendy.
We are.
We are praying
Free
for
Wendy.
But also, I think Wendy, we're not downing her now, but the things that she did, the little dastardly things, and then to find out your husband is doing some of the same stuff that you criticize other women on. But now it's time for us to pray for her, support her.
Support Wendy.
Is she gonna do a Britney Spears where she get out of her conservatorship, right, and be free?
Yeah.
But she was one of the people that opened the door of something that could be done.
She's the reason why I wanted to do radio.
Absolutely.
Because I'm from New York. So when I lived in New York, I listened to Hot 97.
That's right.
I would hear her when she would talk about Diddy at them parties, baby.
That's
I'd be
right.
like, oh, Wendy
That's
is
right.
spilling
And tell the
tea.
stories.
Right.
But remember, it used to be, was it Steve in the morning, Guy Black, and then Wendy?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that was the three.
That was the
That
order.
Guy Black is at KJLH in Los Angeles. Yes. Yeah, but see, this is what we got to keep alive. And the last thing I want people to hear from me here,
right?
We need stronger advertisement. So when Jamal Bryant is calling for the boycott, we need these corporations to advertise on our stations and these politicians. We cannot have you raising $1 billion and none of that money comes to Black media. And last, we got to keep Black newspapers alive. Defend us, everything. That's right. All of that.
Get Beauty of the Week. Remember
That's
that?
Right. Yes. This was so fun.
Okay, I got one more question.
One more question. Did I do all 10?
I don't know. We've been
okay. Let's jump around. Okay.
No, we already jumped around.
Okay.
So the last question is: you spent 14 years on
the talk.
Mm-hmm. How has life been after the talk?
Well, first of all, it was a blessing to get a job that I didn't even know was open, but that's the power of God working in my life and maneuvering things. And I got to shout out again, Sherry Shepherd, 2 places she helped me. Beauty
Sherry.
Shop, the movie, when I was catfish reading with the monkey bread. Yes, she helped me learn how to do a movie, because she had been doing it. And I said, teach me the mechanics of what I need to learn. But also it was me visiting The View. When she was on The View, and I was working Caroline's in New York when Caroline's was open, and I went to go see her to support her, and I watched the show. Matter of fact, Reba McEntire was the guest that day, and I saw Sherry lean over and Whoopi lean over to Joy Behar and say, Sheryl Underwood is a great comic. You should put her in your comedy corner. And I did The View, and I was doing political humor. Most people know me from sexual adult humor, but they didn't know I could do political humor, and that's how I think I got CBS to talk. Also, Jamie Foxx and Marcus King putting me on Laugh-A-Palooza, where I was doing a President Bush, pro-American set after September 11th. So I'm saying all this to say, I think I was being, my steps were being ordered to get to CBS. And I think they just thought I was a comic. They didn't know that I had associates, a bachelor's, a master's degree, paralegal certificate. They didn't know that I have 4 honorary doctors, 5 now with
And
John C.
congratulations.
Smith.
Yes, I
Yes,
saw
right.
that.
So I have 5: John C. Smith, Voorhees, South Carolina State, Benedict, and my own alma mater, University of Illinois, Chicago. So I don't think they knew that. And so when I got there, I was learning from Julie Chen Moonves, learning from Aisha Tyler, learning from Sharon Osbourne, learning from Sarah Gilbert, who created the show. So I was also learning production. I was learning the business of the show. And I am now writing a book to tell the story of how I go from being just a little girl in Arkansas and how I get to where I'm getting to. And I will want people to really read my story and know it's really about survival and putting God first, and everything else falls into place. So it's great. It's a great experience to have that feeling, and walking through the airport and people still love to talk to this day. But I also know I'm representing our people, our culture. So when I stumble, I hope to always come here and go talk to the community and ask for forgiveness.
Amen.
Yes.
And you got to come back when the book drops, okay?
Yes, absolutely. But you got to keep doing this.
Thank you.
And then find me a young husband.
Okay.
Get your hands.
All right. So the Mix and Mingle tour
Yes.
tonight.
Yes.
Stardom. Get those tickets.
Is that how many people? How many people is
There's
watching us?
Nobody right now. But it'll once I get off, it'll climb.
It'll start
Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
All right, y'all. I love you.
Yay.
Y'all give it up. Sheryl Underwood.
Yay. Thank you for having us. Yay.
Thank you, YouTube. So I'm on this streaming platform. I'm on Twitch. Girl, I got
Really?
it all.
Now,
Yeah.
how